Peace. Lord Jamar Allah. The Science of the Black Man is gone?
Right.
That would be from a brother named Ba Kim. You know, God named Ba Kim, up in Nauru and Rochelle. He had just been coming home from up north, and he was working as a security guard in the mall. It's funny. Coming home from up north, but he got a job as a security guard. I don't know how that worked, but that's what it was. So he got a job as a security guard in the mall, and you know, we used to hang out in the mall as young kids. You know what I mean? I'm talking, you know, from 10 on up. You know, we was hanging in the mall. So this is around the time, probably around 13, around this time. And he used to pull certain brothers aside. Now, Ba Kim was a very muscular brother. He was light skinned. He had those waves. He had that hair like Farrakhan. You know what I mean? Like, and he used to brush it to the side. You know, he had that real clean FOI looking shit. You know what I mean? But he was God. But at that time, there was no gods in New Rochelle, really. You know what I mean? So he actually, to keep himself in tune or whatever, he started dealing with the Nation of Islam or whatever. So, long story short, you know, he's pulling me and certain brothers to the side, and he's like, yo, do you know that you God? And you know what I mean? And start giving us books, Message to the Black Man, How to Eat to Live. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, read that, come back. You know what I mean?
Now, what was that? What impression that it leave on you, like, at first?
Well, it was a positive impression. You know, see, there was something that I always knew something wasn't right about religion and all that. You know what I mean? My mother was a Jehovah's Witness, still is. And just something from a young age didn't add up with that. And actually, before I ever met Ba Kim, I was staying the night over my homeboy's crib, and his grandfather was like a Hebrew Israelite, and he started showing us pictures of like Black Jesus and like but artifacts, like look what they found, like this is the original, you know what I mean? The original people, the original image of God is Black people. So that might have actually been the first time I heard that. Then when I met Ba Kim, it was like, I kind of, okay, I had a spark of what you're saying, because I remember my man was, you know, this was maybe a couple years prior to that. You know, maybe I was like 10 when I first heard that. Then I met Ba Kim, now I'm like 13.
And what year was that?
Man, this is like 81, 82, something like that. So long story short, I get interested enough with Ba Kim that I take a ride down to Brooklyn to the mosque with him and all of that, you know what I mean? And we go into, you know, service. And ended up that day, they even went to go support Jesse Jackson or something. He was running for president, so we went out to like Hofstra University in Long Island. And then after that, we went to the mosque on Utica Avenue, you know? And now as a young kid, I definitely was digging the knowledge, but what I did notice was, you know, people had their suits on, and the collection plate is going around a lot. You know what I mean? Now as a young kid, you know what I mean? You trying to get on your feet, you don't have no collection plate money like that, you know what I mean? Especially as many times it was going around, you know what I mean? So, it was like, damn, I'm feeling this knowledge, you know, but you know, I'm not feeling like the almost religious. It almost reminded me of going to church with my moms in a way, you know what I mean? And I wasn't with that, you know, because I still was a street dude, and you know, I was already smoking weed, and you know what I mean? Messing with broads, and I wasn't really trying to now put on a suit and, you know, do all of that and selling bean pies in newspapers. Like, but I was interested in the knowledge, so I took that and just kept it moving. And then finally through music, I met my lighter brother named True King. He moved to Nerd Shell. He was from Hollis, Queens, and we just hooked up on some music shit. And then he starts trying to do his duty with me, but then I'm spitting shit that I already know. And he's like, "Damn, you already got the now. Like, you might as well just, you know what I mean? Take that earring out your ear." And you know what I mean? Back then it was like, yo, the guards wasn't wearing no earrings, nothing like that, So take that earring out your ear, you know what I mean? Leave that swine alone, and you need to start building, you know what I mean? It's like, yo. And I seen what type of dude he was, you know what I mean? He was cool, he still smoked weed and drank his 40s and all that, but he was sharp, you know what I mean? And it was like, that's what I'm talking about right there, like, yeah. You know what I mean? I could get with that. So, yeah, that's kind of how I came into it. Slowly, it was a process,
Right.
Seeds were planted and then they just grew,
If Mecca did this.